Excellent chapter.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Gamersledge. I'm one of the players in tonight's session, Mark, and I'll turn it over to Jay, our DM. Hi, Jay.
Hello, how are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. We are about to have our very interesting session 0 of Exalted.
Yes, we are. And we're separated right now, aren't we?
Well, only in our minds, but not in our hearts. I think we also have someone named Daniel in this group, do we not?
Hey, everybody. This is a surprise. Session 0. Yay.
Good, good. And some guy named Anthony?
Yes. How's it going, everybody? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
I've been having all sorts of tech issues tonight, so I wanted to make sure.
And speaking of problems, actually, no, I don't have any problems yet. All right. So, with that being said, yes, your guys are slightly separated, but not for long. And you have been going along with your play-by-post, which I do appreciate. You've accomplished quite a bit, and you've made some characters. And we are going to be switching screens because right now you probably are seeing the tomb room.
I am seeing black.
I am seeing Court and Jessa on the outbound teleporter.
Is it on the
Oh,
left? sidebar?
Inside the inside the tomb.
Yeah, you probably have to scroll out. I'm going to be transitioning you out anyway, but I just got to make sure that
I got it. Yep. I was just down too
you.
far.
Okay, good. So dynamic lighting seems to be working. Keep your fingers crossed, not literally, but just figuratively. And we are all cut up, I assume, with reading with the play-by-post, correct?
Yes.
Daniel, you're caught up too?
Yes.
Yep.
Cool.
I'm also caught up.
All right, so in our effort to give some audio time to the players, I'm going to give some material for Daniel. You'll be first to read something for us. You ready?
Of course.
Excellent, excellent. And wabbo.
Jessa starts to zero in on the end of this crazy vortex. Spinning almost endlessly, she finally seems to emerge behind some large object. Everything is blurry. She feels dizzy and sick. Memories of erstwhile adventures fade away as the present takes hold of her senses. Jessa tries to clear her eyes without vomiting and realizes that she is looking at something quite familiar, but not something she sees often. Miko's ass? Huh?
Mark, this is yours.
The large dog howls again upwards. Migo is bent over to snatch the piece of jewelry and grasps it in his hand. It seems to be some kind of bauble one might find in a necklace. As he does, another explosion from afar seems to burst inward into the strange study chamber. The unlit scones resting upon pedal stones do little to shed light on the situation. The only light seems to come from the solar conduit itself. Migo hears sounds of shambling from the distance. The stench of death wafts inwards. This can only mean one thing: creatures of darkness.
Anthony, this one's for you.
Court and Heglick emerge from the vortex next to Jessa as she's rubbing her eyes. Court thinks his stomach is about to splash out of his body as the little automaton strikes some kind of fighting pose. Court feels like he sees three of everything right now, and only after a split second does he realize he's in some kind of library. The only light seems to come from the party standing on top of a solar conduit. There's a large dog standing nearby. Or are there three large dogs standing nearby? And
Good.
three Migos? What's going on?
3 Migos, 3 Jesses. And I've now transitioned you guys to the next screen. You'll have to scroll down, and when you see the arrow point right, you'll have to scroll all the way to the right because most of this is black.
Right. Wait.
That is an awesome Heckles.
Yes.
Heglick.
I see it.
Oh, I got to change his name. It's the only one I can find that's even worth a darn. Let's see.
No, it looks summarily creepy, just like what's his name inside it.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it has too much face.
Not enough red hair.
Not enough horror skull.
So everybody sees their tokens?
Yes.
Go ahead and just nudge them just to make sure these work still. Because I had to pull in.
Nudge.
Awesome, awesome. So you guys are there. Miko is mid bending over when he grabs this bauble, and Jessa, you're pretty much right behind him, and you rub your eyes, and of course Court is there with this automaton and this huge dog that's howling. This huge explosion is going off way in the distance in the darkness, and this is when Migo realizes that his two companions and another familiar face is right behind him.
Migo looks back as he is bent over and sees the two of them wobbling there and winces because he figures they're probably going to be sick like he was and waits for confirmation of that as he starts to stand back up.
Okay. Because of what Migo had detected off in the distance, he's pretty sure something dangerous is on its way, but he has time to.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm pulling my giant club off my back. Yes.
Okay. If you want to use any charms that are sane long and stuff like that, you're welcome to use one.
Okay. I will pop the charm that gives me the +1 per turn on damage.
Rising Sun Stance?
Yes, and I'm looking looking up the details for that right now. But yes,
Okay.
I will.
All right, I'll go move to Jessa.
Do I have to make a roll not to be sick?
You can do a roll for it. Let me go ahead and type it in for you.
Wait, that's an option? I could have had that option?
Oh, no. You couldn't have had that option.
Shenanigans.
It was funnier the other way. Which I guess this roll would be applicable to Court as well.
Yes, I'm just debating if I want to auto-fail it or actually roll it.
You can autofill if you want.
Court auto-fails. So as he comes out of the vortex, he's still... The words of Relanisha, who I'm assuming that's who that was, on the back of his mind as he's coming forth. He's expecting to come into trouble, expecting to come into a defensive stance, coming instead to an image of Migo's ass right in front of him.
This is you puking.
So he kind of like falls forward out of summoning sickness, queasiness, dizziness from the abrupt momentum and ending of the journey. Was not expecting this outcome. This is the first time he's used a solar portal. It just doesn't quite know what's going on. So he falls forward. His arm reaches out to grab hold of Migo's back, I guess, in order to kind of prevent himself from like straight falling down out of like just dizziness and queasiness. The stomach's not so lucky, creating a small puddle next to Migo because I'll be nicer for that.
Awesome. That's great. So you heave quite a bit during this process as well. And with Jessa, though, with 8 successes, which is amazing, she takes like her fist and like punches herself in the stomach, going, yeah, I got this. And not only does she not heave, she doesn't even think about it. She doesn't have a penalty to her first initiative roll and doesn't have any debuffs whatsoever. She's completely free of it, almost as though, it's business as usual.
And then she raises an eyebrow at Migo, who is pulling out his mace, and moves to pull out her bow.
Okay. So after that happens, not only does Migo hear, but the other two as well, and Heglik, who starts to move forward a little bit. There's this kind of like a bone against marble kind of sound and kind of a moaning sound, but also a tiny little kind of sound as though something metallic is hitting something solid in a rapid fashion. And it's getting...
not Hegel's.
No,
Okay.
those noises are basically coming from the darkness closer to you.
Okay.
So I'll go back around again. What does Migo want to do?
So Migo would like to use the thing that he doesn't have open right now. I think I take 1 bashing to execute it. It's the floating torchlight. I have to find the document.
Oh, floating torchlight?
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and get us a torchlight.
Thank you.
I should have known.
Oh, maybe I put it in my charms. I bet I did. I bet it's in my charms document. Find torchlight. Yep, I sure did. Okay. So that is a supplemental, which is good. 10, please.
I'm giving...
10. Oh, go ahead.
I'm giving all players access to the torch.
Oh, actually, I'll use the 1 temperance for it instead. So I don't have to take some damage. And then I need to make an app plus occult roll. So I will do that right now. Let me look at my character sheet, which I have right here. App plus occult is 2 plus 3 is 5. So I need to make a roll of 5d10. Alt 5, roll 5d10 greater than success. Go. So 5 successes. So it's, according to this, it is the light has a base radius of 10 feet plus the number of successes.
Yeah, I need to adjust the radius. How many successes did you get?
I think it was 5, I believe. Let me check. Or no, 3 successes. No, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5.
Cool. I went ahead and just put it there. You can move it as per the spell.
Okay. And then, seeing as I still don't see anything, then I will activate Dawn's Fury.
Okay.
And that will be my turn.
All right, I'll go back to Jessa. You have full range of actions. What do you want to do?
Okay, I would like. Which tree are you? So I would like to move off of the blazing conduit away from this, like to here,
Sure.
and stealth. And while stealthing, I would like to use Unseen Aura Philosophy.
Okay.
And that was a supplemental, I believe. And that's expensive.
I just need to know what your temperance is.
5.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So Unseen Aura Philosophy and Eyes of the Fickle Lady.
Cool.
So that's one of those.
What's cool is that I can actually give you the proper distance on your eyes on your token.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I just had to change your number to 30.
Oh, sweet.
Does that, just out of curiosity, does it only affect her side, or is it going to be the same for all of us?
No, it's only the person using the charm.
Let me rephrase that. On roll 20, with the way the field of view is set up, does it update that for all players or just for the specific player?
I have it updated for everybody for ease.
Okay.
Just because it's simpler.
I just didn't know how I've never used that feature on roll 20, so that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Now, this feature, by the way, like we said 2 weeks ago, is supposedly going away into. This is considered legacy lighting, and they have this new version they're doing, which I have not used yet. So, as of right now, it works this way, but that might change when they roll over to the new version. So, we shall see.
So do I need to make a stealth check? Or is that something that will just happen when and if somebody tries to spot me?
Oh, no, you definitely want to establish a stealth roll, because that'll be sort of the base amount needed.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, if you want to do basically your generic sneak roll is with stealth, and it's modified by the sneak of your armor as bonus dice.
Okay.
Because you have magical armor, it might actually be a positive number.
It is. It's 5.
Well, there you go.
Yep. So you said wits?
Yeah,
Plus
with
stealth?
stealth. And we're adding 5 successes from Unseen Aura Philosophy.
Yeah.
For visual, not audio, and olfactory.
Can someone tell me who my sister is? I've forgotten her entirely.
I think she just went back through the teleportal.
I think I haven't found her.
So
15 successes?
So go ahead and just put 1,000,000 there in that blue box. Or the blue dot. No, 15 is good. In fact, if can you actually put I'm curious. I'm actually wondering if this is doable. Yeah. 10/15. That way I know if something happens, not visual, I'll know it's only 10. Make sense?
Yep.
Cool. When you get to this area, I'm going to give you a free perception awareness roll.
Okay. Oh shit! Hold on. Sorry. Oh, sorry. Found the show. It's late for me here. It's really late,
I know. You got your energy drink?
The same. I'm drinking it. Okay, so same number of dice. I was using an old sheet. Okay. So I need to copy that down. What I've been spending. That's 2. You said perception awareness.
Please.
Perception awareness. Where are you? Oh, that's an easy one.
You talk to your attributes.
I do. Attributes. Your lonely little attributes.
Where are you?
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun-dun-dun.
Thanks for the reference. I appreciate it.
Yeah, not that we need to talk about Generations very often, but
Mark hates Star Trek.
Oh,
so.
I love Star Trek Generations.
8 successes.
well, you also liked episode 8. So
Nerds.
I did like episode 8.
which is part of the issue. So yes, excellent. When Jessa stealths out of reality and over down these steps, which basically these are just normal step height, although the width of which seems like it's a good 5 or 6 feet almost. You don't have to climb down them or anything. You just step up and down. But when you reach this part, you actually see what looks like an orb or a crystal ball or a large ball on a pedestal right here.
Oh, okay. Is it the size that it is there?
Yes, it is to size.
I thought it was a really big everlasting gobstopper.
No, maybe for a monster.
I actually thought it was like a cauldron or something. Okay. Cool. And it's just a giant crystal ball on a pedestal? How tall is the pedestal?
The pedestal is only a few feet off the ground, but the ball itself is a 6-foot diameter.
Oh, shoot. Do I see anyone inside the crystal ball?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Perhaps on your next turn, you could do an occult roll or some investigation roll or something else to, if you wish to know more, or just the hell with it and continue.
Would you like to know more?
I'm going to move over to Court. Court, you may go. You do have a detriment depending on the kind of things you want to do. So what do you have in mind?
So what Court's plan this round is as he is taking a breath to recenter himself and try to get himself mentally past the nausea and the dizziness from the teleportal. He's going to kind of again heed Relanisha's warnings because she's never led him astray, and reach down to grab his axes because he knows that the sound and even that smell of the creatures of darkness, something he hasn't heard in or smelled in a very long time, but it's very familiar from back in Snowguard. So he's kind of knowing what to expect as he's looking around. So I guess first question I have is, I remember from the play-by-post there was the girl who was encased in ice. Is she now a bunch of broken ice cubes, or
Yes.
did I misread that play-by-post?
No, that is correct. She is
Okay, so
I tried to put ice on the floor here, but there's really not a whole lot of choices in Roll20 for ice shards, and I don't know. That's the best I've got.
Okay. And it doesn't seem like Migo is he is not engaging in combat with the canine creature that's in front. So Court's kind of assuming Migo's got that under control and that the canine thing isn't immediate threat as much as he can figure out with what's going on. And he is hyper focused now, looking around for the creatures of darkness that could be coming. So he is going to be moving down the steps in the opposite direction of where he thinks that Jessa went before she straight up disappeared.
Okay. When you get to where you are, yeah, I'm giving you a perception awareness roll as well.
Okay, perception awareness.
Yeah, due to your sickness, you're technically at half movement, but it's okay. You can go down the steps, but just for note. Wow.
So that 7 successes.
Yeah, so pretty much the same information I gave to Daniel.
They strike that 9 successes, but still same information. Hooray for committed charms.
Oh, you have a +2 somewhere?
Yeah, he's got that same awareness charm I do.
Oh, good. Then you really, really know what I said earlier.
That is a gigantic crystal ball.
Mm-hmm. And actually, being where you are, do you have a torch on you right now? Because now, since you're moving away from the solar conduit.
Oh, that's a good point. I do not. So I probably shouldn't have a light orb on Court.
Yeah, I'm going to go and turn it off.
Oh, it's not on for me.
Oh, it's not on right now?
Not for me. But now it is.
I'm
Now it's on.
Oh, okay. I actually had it off by default. Okay. To me, I can see everything, so it's hard for me to judge unless I go into the token.
Gotcha.
I see everything.
I still see a sphere of light around Court.
So it's off for everybody but Court and Jay. Hooray.
It is weird. What about now?
And now it's gone.
Interesting. Okay, so
Well, in that case, I'll probably stay a little bit closer to the light, if that's fine.
to the light. Yeah, you're good. Cool. Will that conclude?
Yep, that'll be it.
All right. Going back to Migo.
So I will say as I'm reading to the others, whatever's coming, I think froze this fire lady in ice and shattered her. The dog belonged to her, but he seems as concerned about what's coming as anything else. I will use my supplemental to not try and click in the actual broadcast program, but click in Roll20 instead to move the light source. About there.
Where are we?
That is a great question. I don't know that I know that, Jay. I mean, I know player knows it, but I don't think Migo does he? Since he activated the conduit, I don't know if that imparts anything.
No, I don't think there's any reason for that.
I'm not sure.
You just jumped in the portal with no idea where it went?
Well, I mean, it had to go somewhere good. Why would we have the words otherwise? I was going to come back, but I was so sick. I couldn't. Who activated Hegel's? Did someone put a Hearthstone in him? Are you okay?
I don't feel so good.
Trust me, I know. You were standing in it when you were standing in mine when you got here.
So that's the smell.
So I want to give Jessa another go around as well before we go back to Court.
Jessa is going to move here. Oh God.
When you do,
What have you
something
done?
something she realizes is hanging from the ceiling is now jumping down at her. Please everyone roll a niche.
Like it notices her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, I tell you, I'm able to, on average, get 15 almost every time. Why is it not letting me? Oh, there I go. You want that in the green, right? Jay.
I'm not on that screen right now.
Trust me, I feel you.
Okay, so yeah, green is fine. And red for damage.
Right.
So here's what we'll do this. Jessa, you actually still barely won this finish. So what's happening is you move over there, and some spider thing fell down from the ceiling. There's webs that are also falling down with it, but you still get to go first. So it's sort of mid-flight.
Uh,
Forward.
Even though we
Where
can't
is-
see her, we can hear her go, "Oh God! Oh God!"
Where's my movement? Movement, where art thou?
Down right beneath your damage boxes.
Ah, okay. So back up there. Here for movement. Celestial Sniper Stance as my actually rewind, strike that.
Reverse it.
Don't put your thing down. Pick it up and reverse it. Where are you headed? Are you still headed there, Jessa?
That's as far as I can go.
I don't have an official Missy Elliott counter for you yet, Jay, but I will have one if you keep it up.
One time?
That's more than I would have figured I would have gotten out of you to begin with.
So, Jessa, did you say you use your simple action on the Celestial Sniper?
No. I was going to, and then I said, wait. No. And then I'm going to. So my movement was moving back. My supplemental is Mark of the Huntsman.
Okay.
That may, yeah, because I haven't used that one yet. Yeah, that doesn't do what I thought it did. Damn it.
What are you looking for? Maybe I can help you find it.
I was mixing up Secret Solar Signal with Mark the Huntsman. So I thought
Okay.
it would point the creature out to them, and it doesn't do that because I don't really. Yeah, because Mark the Huntsman just helps me. Okay, so I'll be using a simple for Celestial Sniper Stance, which is 1 temperance, which I already paid. And then I will be taking a shot.
Okay. So this is going to be. Wait a minute. What do you mean taking a shot?
Because I have my bow out from before.
Celestial Sniper Stance takes a simple, though. Attacking is always simple.
Oh, aha. Yes. Again, super late. Yeah, then I'm just backing up and focusing.
Oh, yeah.
And saying anything?
Well, she may not want to give away her stealth.
She doesn't want to give away her stuff.
Yeah. So this is something to note. This will be the first session where we're going to be using a new crit rule. I'm going to be going through all the charms and adjusting them where applicable. But it shouldn't really affect Celestial Sniper stance. But essentially what we've done is we've eliminated the crit column on weapons, and we are now using excess successes on attack to represent bonus dice on damage. And if it turns out that you get a bonus to crit, we'll just treat that as an extra die for now. And later I'm going to be issuing something on the PDF to explain all this.
So, Jay, was it extra successes are extra dice, or extra successes are extra successes?
I'm sorry. Extra successes are extra successes. It's so what we've done is we've translated the crit from where it used to be based on 10s on damage. That's not the case anymore. We're simply using net successes on attack as bonus successes on damage.
So then are we going to know the target number from now on?
What do you mean the target number?
Well, you said if it's extra successes, so that implies that there's a target number of successes that we need to hit.
Well, actually, you really don't need to know it, because let's suppose you attack somebody and you get 5 successes, and then I do a defense. If I say, I mean, if you roll your damage, you don't really need to know how many of those translate. You know, a maximum of 5 are going to be added.
How do we know if we crit or not? Are you going to tell us every time then?
Oh, you're talking about in terms of like RP?
Or just in general, because at least before we knew we were critting this way, we may not know that we're.
Oh no, I see what you're saying. No, I'll tell you. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not going to tell you necessarily how much, because that's too much work for me to try to tell you how much I got on parry or dodge or whatever. That gets way too dicey. But yeah, you'll know what you're critting.
Well, I mean, I can easily not do that one if it changes effects. If you're working on it.
No.
I also would like to, as a free reflexive, go invisible statue spirit. So I move backwards and then hold incredibly still.
Sure. For 5 hours.
Up to 5 hours.
Up to 5 hours, right? Sure. And then you'll get to add your stealth to your accuracy for your next initiative roll. If you want to attack, anyway.
Does that really do anything? Am I misreading it?
What are you talking about?
If I move back and hold really, really still, would something like the spider? It doesn't really affect my stealth at all.
Well, the only reason the spider detected it because it was from sound.
Yeah.
If you're standing still, then you're.
Okay. I was trying to find something that would help with my sound or scent.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. So no, but there's no reason to undo Celestial Sniper.
Okay.
We'll just treat it as bonus successes on damage for now. So Mark, you sound like you had one more question.
Nope.
Okay.
Okay, so then I'm done.
Anthony, about you, any question?
So, was any of that engagement audible at all? Like, would Court or Migo even know that just happened? I'm assuming not.
So. No. And I mean, to hear webs hit the floor, no.
Yeah, I didn't think I would. I just don't know what the charms activation and what happened down there. So I'll just assume that I didn't.
Nothing was obvious that I can tell.
And we don't have grouped telepathy yet.
You haven't eaten bananas or whatever it was you had last time.
We have not eaten any bananas, damn it.
Well, you do have. Well, actually, no. I need you to make a 1d10 roll, Migo.
Okay. Roll. We have 4.
You have 4 fewer apricots than you did before.
Oh, okay. Son of a gun.
I told you I was going to make you keep track of it.
Yep.
So now, very good, by the way, Jessa. And so I need to know from Court, what is your dex?
Court's dexterity is a 3.
Okay. So, Jessa, from your perspective, the spider eventually lands down where the web is and is sort of like looking and ends up, I need to move this out of my way, ends up kind of like going towards this corner, like sort of like scoping the whole section over there. until it ends up sort of like funking around over in the corner.
Don't move. Their vision's based on movement.
Clever girl.
Did Jessa actually say that?
No.
I was gonna
I
say,
was like, really?
I was quoting Jurassic Park.
Yeah,
oh,
I got it. That's why I said clever girl.
Yeah.
Also from
are you
Jurassic Park.
a fan of that movie?
All right, guys. It was nice playing. Have a good night.
Yep.
Who isn't a fan of Jurassic Park?
Dude, I saw it
No, I'm not saying
27
it's a
times
bad
in the
idea.
theater. I saw it
I'm not saying
27 times in a theater. That is not a hyperbole or an exaggeration.
I'm
27
I'm staring up at
times.
my bookshelf above my computer desk, and I have like 2 copies of that book.
Well, Jurassic Park is the most awesome thing ever. I just wanted to know.
Me thinks the DM is backtracking.
Okay.
Anyway,
And Court's turn.
Okay, so Court.
So
Not that you
as
know it, but you're going a split second after the spider that you didn't know about.
that I didn't know about. So as the torch moves away from Court, Court's trying to peer into the darkness to see anything, and he can't make it out because it's dark. So he is going to move closer to where the torch actually is, keeping his eyes open, and also keeping half an eye on that dog, figuring out what the hell's going on. And that's it.
But really, it's more you just keeping your perception about you.
Yep, keeping perception about looking around and moving back towards where the light is.
Well, you can do a perception investigation. You might get high enough to yield more than just a cursory glance.
Sure.
I just realized Marky wrote banana roll right above the roll.
I thought you might appreciate that.
Wrong fruit. Okay, so looks like 5 successes.
Yep, 5 successes.
Court, you realize this dog seems to be like powering something up, similar to what Exalted have done with Rising Sun stance and super duper awesome stance and all these other things that people are doing. You kind of get that feeling from the dog.
Am I like getting the sense of like a solar, or am I just in general he's powering up something?
In general.
Well, that's terrifying.
So you say that concludes your turn.
That will conclude my turn.
Okay. You guys, everybody sees the dog leap over Court and into the darkness, and as it does, it leaves behind icy shards in its wake, but when the shards hit the ground, it almost seems like it's burning the carpet.
And Court drops to the ground in a prone position as the dog jumps right over his head.
Like that.
Heggles now has extra armor. Extra chunky.
Well, no, the sickness is actually starting to fade, so I won't have to. You know what? I'll do it one more time.
Wait, so if he hit the floor, does that mean that Court's down with the sickness?
And now we're going to move on because you guys hear this dog biting and growling and just, doing doggy things. But
and I'm sorry, I was in a different window. Was that this direction or this direction that he jumped? Oh, he went straight ahead. Okay.
Yeah, he went straight west, I guess. And you hear...
Wow, Court's really sick. Guys, I think Court's got to go.
Am I a werewolf?
No, that was you. That was you projectile vomiting. I'm pretty sure.
So it's more like xenomorph.
All right. Court, I need a perception awareness from you. You need 7 successes.
No pressure.
Just because.
So that will be 5, 6, 7 successes because of the charm.
All right. You are entitled to a dodge roll or a parry roll with a penalty. Something is falling on you.
It will be a dodge roll.
Roll.
Seven, 8, 9 plus 2 is 11 successes.
You are some kind of something because you basically these webs are falling from the ceiling or something, and you almost got completely enveloped by them, so you can move whatever direction you want.
I'd recommend not into the webs.
Miko, save me!
No,
Okay. Ready to work.
not sure why I had that look that way. All right, so yeah, you're not sure what that was all about, but you got out of the way just in time, and they look very clingy. They're not just like inconvenience.
So as Cord had dropped prone from the dog jumping over him, he was just starting to move back up when he had his sixth sense of something about to drop on him. So he dropped back to the prone position and rolled out of the way just in time for the webbing to hit the ground next to him.
Okay. Also, it doesn't
no,
take,
Migo, no.
Okay.
it doesn't take much in the way of perceptions or nothing, because both Court and Migo hear it and see it, but something is flying through the air, and you guys see a green skull sort of hit the ground and roll up onto the ice. And it is now Migo's turn.
Okay. Question. I don't remember the answer to. What happened when I hit the magma strike onto the ceiling? Did the magma stay up there?
No, there's nothing. There's nothing gravitationally different about it. It'll just drip down.
Okay, but the surface remains on the ceiling. It's just dripping magma down at a weird, or how they. Do you understand what I'm asking? Because I'm just curious.
What are you? It might be easier if you tell me what you're trying to accomplish, and I can say whether or not it's feasible.
I don't know. If I need to attack something in the air, like if there's something in the air, right, and let's say it's 5 feet from my head, can I magma strike the air, or it needs or does it have to be on a surface? And then what happens if it's like on a ceiling?
Well, first off, you have to strike a solid, unequipped, inanimate surface.
Okay, right.
So ceiling, would make sense.
Sure.
And it does manifest outward.
Right. From the strike. And then in that case, or like on a wall, yeah, I get that it's going to run down the wall eventually. I just imagine it being like a weird pool that doesn't really run that much. Well, okay.
Yeah.
Since it's landed on the ground, that's fine. It's not an issue at this point. Because the very first thing I'm going to do is magma strike the hell out of this skull. I mean, this seems to be like...
Please don't. Not when I'm right here.
An alive skull, right? Like, this thing is coming at me. It's not like... Or did it just fall from the ceiling?
Neither. It came from the darkness as though arced towards you. And then when it hit the ground, it just sort of slid onto the ice in a haphazard fashion.
As if somebody had thrown the skull at Migo?
That would be, it could be an explanation.
Okay. It wasn't like floating through the air. It was like somebody threw it. Okay. All right. I got it. That changes what I'm going to do then. I am going to swing batter and send it right back the way it came from with my club.
Okay.
I mean, I had
Uh,
my club out and ready to go anyways, so 7 successes.
you hit that thing.
And then I'm gonna do bashing because why not?
Well, you're trying to golf an object
Right,
away,
right,
not destroy it.
correct.
Okay, so it doesn't
That's
really
why.
matter.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah, when you're golfing an object, you really don't need a damage roll unless we come up with some reason why. If it's so heavy, the damage roll represents how far it goes or something. But when it
Okay.
comes to just anything normal, not normal, but anything of small stature, we don't really need to worry about a damage roll.
Okay.
So off it
And
goes.
and then I will move the torch as my supplemental. Um, this way. I think you know what. I don't know how far I can actually move it. I gotta look on the charm thing. Charm.
Now, as you're looking on the charm thing, after you hit it, and Court, you see this as well, it disappears in the darkness. But when you hear it, like hit something out from the distance, and like the sound of a book falling off a shelf or whatever, you hear just continually.
Like too much air being let out of a balloon.
That would be a less dangerous answer
Did I
than the
just
truth.
hit the gas main? Don't anybody use Magma Strike.
We're not. Are we on the Hindenburg?
Is this a dirigible? Has this been a dirigible the whole time? Let's see.
Gosh darn it, Migo.
I know, right? Why can't I find this?
Well, the range is occult times 20.
Right, but the question is how much can it be used, or how much can it be moved per turn? And that's what I'm not finding. I thought it locally designated for an extra controller. It moves only within the spell's static range at time of casting. Movement requires conscious thought and a supplemental action. But it doesn't.
Yeah, it's just anywhere within the spell's range. So what's your occult? 5?
My occult is. That is a fantastic question. Thank you for asking. My occult is 3. So 60.
Okay, so 60, anywhere within 60 feet you can put it.
Okay. Oh, anywhere within. Oh, I see. So
I mean, any unobstructedly. I mean, you can't put it through a wall, but
right. So let's move it to the 58-foot mark, and I'll do that as soon as I switch back, which I think was about there ish. Oh, still can't see what it is. Okay.
I'm making some adjustments now that you are doing what you are doing.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't put it far enough. This would be so right to the back haunch of the doggo. So right there. Oh. Wow. He must be fun at parties. And Migo goes, uh-oh. And that's his turn.
Nice. All right. So, I really need to. I can't find a better dog picture. The dog is more white than brown, but not that it matters too much. But it seems to be engaged in some gigantic skeletal thing, and you don't see where the gulfed skull is. But also from where that light is now, I can show you. Roll20 is not being very nice to me right now. So, whoops. There's basically a cloud behind a skeleton.
Spiky
That's growing
eye.
larger. That's growing larger.
I just got moved to a different map.
Whoops. Did you?
I did. I see a desert and a caravan.
What?
Brogan Hale, Koljan. I'm with Koljan. Koljan.
What are you doing?
He's like, skeletons, vaporous cloud. I'm out.
Have fun, guys.
How
I'm
did
not
you
even
get
sure.
over there?
I'm not even sure how that happened. I didn't think that was possible.
How did you move?
The screen faded to black, and then suddenly I'm in the desert with Kojin. It must be a vision.
You did. You had a vision of the
Having
past.
Yeah, but I mean, can you put different players on different maps?
one.
Yeah,
Apparently
I can
so.
put anybody on any map I want. I don't know how he escaped me.
But how do you do that?
Well, it's easy. I can show you later
Yeah, show me later. That's amazing.
if you're still
There's-
awake.
There's been a lot of times I needed to do that. I may not be.
I mean, I know it's already 5:30 over there, but you need to keep awake. So you got me all sidetracked now. But yes, thank you, Anthony, for defying the powers of Roll20.
Wow.
You should not have been able to just exit this and go elsewhere. I guess I need to start writing up a vision with you and Kojin now. All right, where were we? We were talking about what was about to attack Migo.
The skeleton knight just appeared. Migo said, "Uh-oh."
Oh yeah, so Migo's turn was done saying, "Uh-oh." I think we are moving to the next turn.
I think so.
Yes. Yes. Anish.
It's getting worse.
You and that progressive -1 Anish each turn.
Yep. But +1 damage each turn.
Is that skeleton knight or something that Court has experienced or fought against in the past? How scary is that thing?
Court remembers going into Maramus Fell, and his companions relieved that they had not seen any, because if you talk about it as a typical skeleton or typical zombie, this was like 10 times as bad. This was like 10 of them.
Cool. So this is something we should be worried about. Got it.
Yeah, Knight was like, okay, we need to take this seriously, and we might have to run. For a group of well-armed mortals, that's how they felt about it.
All right, Migo, be on your guard. That is a scary skeleton. He's quite powerful.
In fact, I would say either a group of well-armed, like half a dozen mortals, or 10 unequipped mortals, or 27 school children.
Wow.
Jessa, you get to go, and then I have to maybe go. What you gonna do?
Sound and scent vanishing attitude.
You're just disappearing from everything.
And then I'm going to where Kojin is.
Nice.
Okay, so as long as I understand myself correctly, I'm pretty high on stealth right now. If I were to make a sound or a scent, it would be a way for other creatures that don't necessarily focus on sight in this dark room to find me. That allows me to move without making noise.
Mm-hmm.
And even if I were to shout right now, unless I actively turned off the charm, I would not make a sound.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm going to use that, and then back to hell away.
I do want to tell you one time it was very funny that somebody had used this charm after they fell into a spiked pit and couldn't get out. That was very.
I was literally just typing. It also means we won't be able to just hear you scream when the spider starts killing you. So yeah, no, that's yeah.
So it's got its pluses and minuses.
Okay, so she moves backwards, and again, she's still just focusing on that the crane stance. No, celestial sniper stance,
Sure.
which is now +2. And that's her. That's your turn.
You're just too darn efficient. And so, Anthony, you've asked me a question about Samhata joins the charge.
Yep, and I can easily save that for a different round. It
No, I
doesn't
don't
need to
mind.
be nothing.
I don't mind it. What charm tree was that? 2?
That was on... Yeah, 2.
So you're basically, because if you use it, you're considered mounted. So what is the stamina? That's what you're
Yes.
asking. I want to say 5.
5? Okay. All right. Is it Court's turn now?
Give me a second. Something's happening in the distance, and you hear the dog being hit by something, and then it's your turn.
Okay, so Court sees the Skeleton Knight. This is something that he has fought in the past, and it was a brutal fight that he is not looking forward to. But he also knows that we need to take care of this thing because you can't let these creatures of darkness roam around. So he's going to reach back into what little memories he has of Northern Star. While he's doing that, Grimalkin, the Malk familiar, pops out of ethereal form next to Court. As Court goes through a series of hand gestures and mudras, pulling in the solar energy, the Malk seems to grow in size and take on the form of a Simata, a lion horse mix. Court steps up onto the saddle of the beast, and the charge forward in a blaze of solar energy, charging at the Skeleton Knight with one axe in his hand, coming forth in a mounted strike against the Skeleton Knight.
Awesome. Just in case anybody hasn't seen a picture of them, this is a pic of a Samhata.
Nice.
That's why as soon as I thought about it, I was like, of course he's going to have a stamina of 5 anyway. They're pretty hardy.
So this will be a rate 1 where I add... I'm assuming that is the... so it says melee, add the mount stamina to damage rolls. I'm assuming that's stamina dice to damage rolls.
Mm-hmm.
And Court's melee attack is currently a 16. Is that the right way? So that'll be 12 successes to hit. Doing a total of 19 dice of damage for 10 plus whatever the crit value is damage.
You did crit. I don't need to tell you this, but I'm just telling you for the sake of this particular situation. He did try to parry. I got 5 successes. So 7 of them went through as bonus successes on damage.
Okay.
For crit.
So that would be then 17 lethal damage to the Skeleton Knight.
Yeah. Under normal circumstances, I would simply say, you crit him. You crit him really good. And I would record it accordingly.
Crit him real good.
I knew you were going to do that. When you hit him, you can kind of sense that whatever this strange cloud thing that's behind him is about to envelop him and you.
Well, I hadn't seen the cloud thing until I got there, so the court's eyes are going to widen as the Grimalkin dissipates back into its bobcat-sized form.
Awesome. And being that it's an obvious charm, everybody would also kind of see that spark of
So I was actually going to ask, since it's very obvious, and he had the power of the sun, does that light the room temporarily?
basically it would. It's only a tier 3 charm. It would light several feet around him as though he had a torch in his hand for a split second, and then he would charge. But it doesn't last the whole time.
No, I
It
know. I
only
just wanted
lasts.
to know if we saw whatever else was in this room or not.
You would only see around him for that split second.
Okay.
A good question, though. So good job, by the way.
Thank you, thank you.
All right, is that the end of Court's turn?
And Court's going to square off in a defensive stance against the Skeleton Knight from here.
Okay.
And that'll be the end of his turn.
Then everybody hears something that Migo remembers. You hear the sound of what sounds like some crazy magical cannon going off. And Migo remembers that's what Hegels did a long time ago on Nyla.
Yep. Jessa would have remembered that too.
Was she? I can't remember. Was she?
She was
I
right
thought
there.
that she was.
She was
Okay.
right
Oh,
there
yeah,
with
she
her.
was right there.
Okay. Basically up somewhere in the northern part of the darkness where I'm pinging.
Oh, okay.
And what happened? Okay. So Migo, please give me perception awareness roll. You need 6 successes to give you a defense roll.
Perception awareness +2 is going to be 4 plus 7 plus 2. So 11 plus 2 is 13. Yes. So 13. 6 successes.
You are entitled to a dodge roll or a parry with a penalty.
I will do the parry.
Okay, -2 successes.
So my parry is 14 minus 2 successes. Okay. So roll 14d4, d10 greater than success. So 6 successes.
Nice. A gigantic, large spider fell down from somewhere to where you felt like it almost grappled you with its legs and pincers, but you managed to sort of slide away a couple feet as it lands on the solar conduit. And it looks mean. Well done. And Court, you see going through this weird mist, another one of these knights down this hall.
There's another one.
And that's as far as it gets. And now Migo gets to go.
Welp. Migo is going to move to here. And then Migo is going to completely change what he was going to do.
We'll say that's a bookshelf you got on top of.
Oh, I wasn't trying to get on top of something. I was just trying to get as far as I could. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was just the back of... I didn't know what it was. Okay, so...
Well, I don't. It doesn't matter. It's fine. You can be up there.
Okay. And then I'm going to Magma Strike, which I thought I had in my... in my things, but I don't see it, and I don't know if it's because I don't have the whatchabobbers far enough out. I think why. I think that's right. Yep, here it is. Magma Strike. Did it roll?
Oh, you are not. Remember, you're not rolling Magma Strike anymore.
Oh, that's right. Yes, I'll
We
get it
simplified that.
one day. Sorry. Magma.
Okay. Yeah, it's simply 10 feet. For now, it's essence times 5 feet.
Right.
Is what it is.
Okay. Okay.
But anything in contact is essence times 3 ag now, because I edited that a little bit to make it a little better.
Okay. Perfect. So I'm going to do that off to the side of the conduit, so I'm not covering the conduit with magma. So kind of in a one second, kind of in that direction, with the edge just off the edge of the.
Give me a 10-foot line.
Like that. Yep.
Cool.
And then I'm going to rear back and whack the spider as well.
Yeah, you're basically doing the magma with your attack, but I get what you're saying.
Right. Correct.
Yeah,
But it
so-
is a supplemental. I can still do my simple, right?
No, yeah.
Okay.
I was merging it with your attack, so it's not a matter of I
Got
look
it.
to my right, Magma Strike, look to my left, and attack a dude. No, you're doing everything in the same direction.
Okay, yeah, that's correct. Okay. So
And I gotta move him out of the way. I just realized I gotta make this a little different. You can keep going. I'm just widening it a little bit. There we go.
So 7 to hit him.
You barely succeed.
Okay. And so then damage is going to be this plus 5. So 10, 11, 12 plus 5, 17 successes.
Damn it.
Okay, so
That is lethal.
it's Warrior's Fury, by the way. You kept messing me up when you said Dawn's Fury.
Oh, is it? I'm sorry. I have
It's okay.
Oh, it's Dawn Warrior's Fury. The Dawn.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, it belongs to them.
Got it.
Yeah, it's basically adding that valor.
Right. Right.
Cool. Well, you definitely hit it. It's funny because I don't think there's actually, now that I realize it, since it's excess successes going to damage for a crit, every hit's a crit in that case, because if you don't get at least one net success, you're not going to hit him anyway.
Right.
So there's really no need to even mention it.
So it's not a crit anymore at that point, basically.
Well, yeah, I suppose it's sort of migrated away, but we're still getting the bonus damage, which was the whole point. We're just trying to simplify the system a little bit. So yeah, you definitely did a lot of damage to him.
Okay. And I'm like knees bent a little bit on the shelf, and I'm like, Jessa, you're the one who kills the spiders. And that's it.
So, Miko.
Just a reminder: if it is a creature of darkness, it is half speed.
Oh yeah, I remember. I know you're going to tell me anyway, though.
Okay.
So, if you're finished, then I think we
I
can
am.
move to the next turn.
I am.
Give me that 13.
Oh, what happened? Oh, 17. Nice.
That can't be it.
Yeah, that's it. I'll take it.
What's Jess's dex?
5.
Okay. She goes first, and then Court.
So I have a question for you. I paid the motes for Hunter's Mark, but didn't make the roll. So should I remove the motes or should I make the roll?
What charm tree is it under?
It is Archery Tree 1.
While he's
Mark
looking
of the Huntsman.
Yeah, Mark the Huntsman.
You can just make a roll now.
Okay.
But the thing is, though, did you? I'm sorry, Mark, to keep stopping you, but did you successfully attack anybody?
not yet.
No, I'm sorry, Jessa. Did Jessa successfully attack anyone?
Oh, okay.
So I think you paid for it for no reason because you have to attack somebody before you can mark them.
Yeah, okay.
So I think she's just thinking about it and said, "F it." That's what I
Yep.
think happened.
Yep. Because that spider disappeared back in the darkness, right?
Hmm. I assumed you were going to do that, but then you didn't attack him.
Yeah. Okay.
So maybe the moats just kind of you couldn't have spent the moats. So
No,
no,
because I couldn't have activated it. I didn't meet the requirements.
right. So get the moats back.
Yep.
There you go.
And from my fickle eye,
Uh-huh.
it's totally gone, right?
Well, the fickle eye is giving you moon vision, but it's still limited to 30 feet.
Oh, see, that's weird. Okay. I see. Okay. I thought it was more like low light vision, where it would let me see twice as far under normal light conditions. But the power itself only works out to my radius, so that's fine. She will turn around, and since that spider disappeared, and now that means that her sniper stance. Oh, I focus on the weapon. I don't focus on the creature.
Correct.
Sweet.
Sniper's still getting better, and you could technically, if you want to try to predict the movements of something, you could do a wit's travel and be like, I'm going to guess where he went. But I mean, that's really the only way to really do that. You could also do a perception survival if you want to track the spider, if you really want to do that. But that seems like a lot of effort.
So as soon as I shoot an arrow, my stealth is gone, right?
It depends, because whenever you do a stealth attack, because you were invisible statued, I think you're getting a bonus.
So I think I moved, and I think that breaks invisible statue.
Yes.
Yeah, I did. I moved. So I wasn't counting that, but I am still unseen. Unseen aura philosophy. I do still fall under that, and I fall under the sound and scent banishing attitude, but I'm fairly certain invisible statue spirit's gone.
It is gone. The way the stealth attack works is when you make an attack, everything gets a reflexive roll. It's called a detection roll.
Okay.
Right. And so if nothing succeeds, then you're still stealth. And each time it gets basically harder and harder to stay stealth each time you do it.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, so I'm going to turn around and shoot.
Where are you shooting?
This spider.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
So the celestial sniper stance, I'm stealth, so it's ×2, and so currently +3, so it's going to be a +6 crit. And you said that goes to dice?
Just adding successes to the damage.
Okay. And so that's going to be, I roll my 17 dice for a hit to hit. And I'm actually going to spend a conviction. Was it conviction? Yeah, conviction. I was going back to the reference.
Before you do this, I just also want to make note: if you're doing one attack, that's fine. But if you ever choose to rate, just know that cumulative uh, uh, detection bonus that people get is per attack. Whether you do 3 attacks in one round or you split them on 3 rounds, it's still easier and easier for each time you let loose an arrow.
Okay.
It doesn't matter when it happens; it's cumulative.
Huh. And that's based on my movement since I'm not producing any sound?
It's based on an arrow going through the air or hitting something.
Okay.
It's sort of like if it's like you sniping something, everybody's like, wait a minute, what was that? And sort of like looks around, but probably doesn't detect you. But the second time they're like, wait a minute, something came from over there. They may not see you, but eventually they're going to figure it out.
Okay. So 6 successes to hit. That
Succeed.
is really not a very good roll. And then for damage, it's going to be 18 plus 6. Or 11.
No,
The 6 was successes.
yeah,
Oh,
it's
my
18
bad.
plus-
My bad. You even just said that.
Yeah, pay attention.
I'm an old man, I'm telling you.
Huh? You did better.
12. So 18.
Cool. So strictly, things would get a roll to figure out if you're there, but we're still looking at 10/15 as far as the detection's concerned. That's not going to happen yet. Maybe on the next one, it might happen. So it just depends on really that how many people you got around you and that sort of thing. But you've only got a spider and a big night thing close
Right.
by. Yeah, so you hit it very smack dab in the thorax.
Okay, and I'm done. Thank you.
No, thank you. So, I believe it is Court.
Okay. So Court is still very wary and nervous of this skeleton knight, especially now that he sees that there's a second one in the vicinity. So he's definitely on the defensive mind. And what he finds is, as he's worrying about his defense, he finds that his muscles, his body has a muscle memory that he doesn't remember ever learning himself as a kata, the elusive sun dancer kata. He just somehow knows all of the movements in that particular form, from Sol Invictus himself, of course. So his body moves with a grace that's new to him as he is moving around the skeleton knight, activating that as the supplemental. And then as he and the knight are engaged, or him and the skeleton knight are engaged in the back and forth of the melee that's not super representative in the turns, Court actually moves one of his axes to deflect a blow. With his other axe, he brings it in and hits the bottom of the skeleton knight's axe, trying to disarm and move and slam the skeleton knight's axe away from it. Kind of a disarm attack.
Cool. So you were going to make your attack. You don't have anything to offset the call shot penalty, do you?
No, but I am going to channel conviction for this as well.
Fair enough.
So that evens it out.
Well, not really, because the cult shot is a success penalty.
Oh, yes.
If you had a conviction of 8, maybe that might theoretically even it out. But
so 12, 13, 14, 15 successes to hit.
15 minus 4.
Minus 4 is 11 successes to hit.
You did great, because his strength is really high. I got 9 successes.
Whew.
So you definitely succeeded. And what is the tier of your weapon?
3. So 3
So
feet behind me as I slammed the axe out of his hand and away from him.
cool. So the axe is behind you. Well done.
And
And
that'll be Court's turn.
the skeleton goes, or no, he's not a Morlock.
Damn Sahuagin.
Sahuagin scum. I basically accessed my last growling voice from a few weeks ago. Very, very poor GMship on my part. All right, this is the only axe I have available right now. Whoops.
Those skeleton knights are no joke.
I need you to do, Court, I need you to make this roll.
What am I rolling? I feel like I also need to make this roll.
How do you feel about that fishhook maneuver you just did?
Do well.
That's not well.
Well,
So, Court is very proud of himself, of what he's done.
Yes, he should be.
But something's wrong, and Court starts to feel like his mind is like he has a really bad migraine, but as though he's trying to like he wants to move away from this haze or mist or whatever, but instead he almost feels compelled to go towards it, like it's almost magnetic.
So Court wants to move into the purple fog to the west. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, on your turn.
Yep.
If you do not, we will have issues. So thank you very much. After you do that, the dog is biting the neck of the skeletal knight, and you see much of its skeletal structure like freeze, as though it's like bones been in a freezer for years and years, and its right arm actually snaps off as the dog is basically gnawing the bone off the shoulder.
see, this is why people don't like the Fae. Kill stealers.
Who says he's killing anything? Dogs like bones, man.
Yeah,
So
you have a point. They do.
they do.
So he only has one arm, and the other arm is just phalanges with no weapon.
Which is a weapon in itself.
Court, I need you to do another perception awareness roll, please. And the spider tries to get away very quickly, but it seems like the right side of its body is moving faster than the left side of its body. As you hear this, and as it sort of slithers around, it basically shakes violently until it like turns upside down and
And because of the heat, do the legs fold up into the middle? Like,
it does, and I'm trying to actually like make it a little smaller there. Yeah, there you go.
Because it shrivels.
Yeah. I cannot manipulate the graphic, however.
And Jay, I had 10 successes on the perception awareness.
Oh, nice. You are entitled to a defense roll similar to what we've talked about before. Dodge with no penalty, parry with a penalty.
So that'll be a total of 7 plus 2 equals 9 successes.
You get out of the way of being grappled by a big spider. and it seems to land on a desk next to you. And it's going noises at you. And
So as Court gets the successful dodge, he gets at it funnel attack of opportunity. The spider flings the web down to catch Court. Court, with his defense kata, is able to slide out of the way, and continuing the graceful motion of the kata, bring a axe around to fight the spider he hadn't even seen before that moment.
you sound very fancy.
He is very fancy. There's just one problem.
What?
He's not the tank.
He might be becoming one.
Yeah, it's a dodge. He's a dodge tank. He's a ninja. He's a Viking ninja.
So you did very well, and you may roll roll damage.
Oh, I totally jacked that roll up. Okay, that's fine. I see what I did wrong there. That's a hit. So now I will roll the damage.
Ninja tank almost sounds contradictory.
Mm-hmm.
So that will actually be, wow, 8 successes. My mind just stopped for a moment right there.
Okay. You hit it. You feel you did okay. The fact that you did it at all is impressive, which the spider agrees and nods its head. That was quite impressive, though the result was whelming.
But with its 8 leg, flipping you off.
I mean, Court didn't even know he was there until a moment ago. So
Did you say that the attempt was whelming?
Whelming.
Yeah, not overwhelming, not underwhelming,
Yeah,
just
no.
whelming.
Just
Correct.
whelming.
That's what he said.
I
The damage
appreciate
was
that.
whelming. Yes. But the catalyst which brought the whelmingness itself was quite overwhelming. Next, you guys hear the sound of axe upon automaton, and Heglick is like flying through the air and ends up smacked onto the floor with what seems to be smoke coming out of its hand. And the skeletal knight got up to where the solar conduit is and starting to slip and slide on the ice and goes "Rrrr," and doesn't go any further. And Migo time?
Migo time. Oh my goodness. Don't. I have to remember that I have 3 successes on a 10 to attack. Damn it.
That would be useful.
It is useful, and it's always on. So I need to remember it. Okay, so Migo is going to jump down to here, and he will swing his axe downward, or his club downward onto the hopefully head of the skeleton, also erupting magma as he does so.
Okay.
So first we do the armed attack. 6 successes to hit.
You barely got him. He attempted to parry and did not do so.
So then this will be plus 7 damage. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 plus 7, 31 lethal.
So Migo's club vanishes into the heavens and descends down through the crack in the ceiling and just decimates this thing. Yeah, Migo can definitely tell he walloped it pretty severely. We're pretty sure the skeleton knight is screaming for his mama.
Good. Because his mama ain't coming unless she's undead too. And Migo is done. That's all his actions.
You're a simple man with a simple plan. I like it.
Whack things until they're dead. Again. Re-dead?
I think it's time for a noonish.
Let me ask you this, Daniel/Jay. That hunter's mark, does it require a bow?
Mark of the Huntsman.
Mark of the Huntsman?
It is a archery charm.
I know that, but does it require a bow?
It's an archery charm.
So that's a yes?
As long as it's archery charms are for archery weapons, just like melee charms are for melee weapons.
Okay, all right.
I don't want to say bow because you could also use a cannon, and there's like other archery things.
What?
It's not just bows. There's also flame pistols.
Yeah.
There's other things, but yeah, it's got to be an archery weapon.
Okay. Max roll. And I tied Jess's 4.
What's your dex?
My dex is, I believe, 4. My dex is 4.
Dex 5.
Dex 5. I have a plus
All right.
17.
Court, 3 attacks are coming at you from the spider. I've already rolled them.
All the dodges. Okay.
I would recommend doing well.
I'm going to try to do well. Dodge number 1.
It's really I'm really glad that Jay told you that too.
You are?
To try well, yeah.
Yeah.
Because random
somebody's
probability plays no role in this whatsoever.
Somebody's taking ag tonight.
So this one will be 7, 8, 9 plus 2 is 11 on that dodge.
Okay.
And then the next dodge. This would now be a 12. 6, 7, 8 plus 2 is 10.
Bastard.
Plus a third dodge. By the way, each of these dodges will have an attack of opportunity going back. Once I get there, last one. So this is now going to be an 11. 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 successes.
Well done, Anthony.
So,
you did good. You did good.
So, can I assume that all 3 were successful?
Yes, but note you only get 1 of attack of opportunity per flurry, per volley. It's not 1 per each.
Okay. So as the spider is attempting to stab at Court with old piercing spider legs over there, the kata continually seems to be moving Court out of the position where the spider thought he was, at the same time bringing Court into a perfect position for a counterstrike against the thorax of said spider.
Stab it in the web sack.
So that'll be 6 dice to hit, and if I hit, that will be 9 points of damage.
If you did so well, I'm going to let you read this.
The spider begins to seriously rethink its unlife at this point. It screams to Mommy and hopes Court does not destroy him. It can hope all it wants.
You did a well-meaning amount of damage.
Each individual attack may not be a lot, but they add up. Or so I tell myself.
You did you did it. You damaged him on a attack of opportunity, which was very good. So, cool. him beating the initiative did him no good. So we go to, I think it's Jessa, right?
No,
Am
it'd
I
be
right?
Court, right? Because Court rolled
Oh,
highest.
Court's next. Oh, that's right. For some reason, I read 21 for him. Okay, so what's Court doing?
Court sees that the dog is playing with its new chew toy, so is willing to accept that the skeleton knight is otherwise occupied and is going to focus. Actually, I take that back. Court is seeing that the skeleton is occupied, seeing that the spider is a threat. So he's going to start moving around to get behind the skeleton to attempt a flanking maneuver with the dog. Also, feeling as if moving to the other side of the skeleton is going to be the best tactical opportunity for him. And the simple fact that, God damn, his head hurts right now, and it just seems to make more sense to go that direction.
When you go deeper into the mist, your head pain subsides slightly.
And you start forgetting everything.
Yay!
No, but it's more important to realize this when you move into it, because you're taking an offensive posture towards the spider.
So I'm rolling away from the spider into a flanking position behind the skeleton knight.
Okay.
So I am in fact letting the spider crawl away to mommy.
Okay. When you get around to the skeletal knight, there's a tiny little, just a little bit piece of you that kind of feels sorry for the skeletal knight, as though maybe he's not such a bad guy after all. Just food for thought. What else is he doing?
I mean, I do kind of feel bad for the skeleton knight because he has his axe is on the ground, his arm is now a chew toy, and they're normally really scary creatures, but this one just seems to just be having a really bad day. So instead of his original plan of a flanking attack, maybe it's better just to let the skeleton knight be, and Court will instead decide to summon up an arcane bolt towards said spider, taking the arcane, putting one of his axes away as he's moving around. At the same motion, pulling the arcane dust out of his pocket, spreading it into the palm of his hand, summoning up a sphere of crystal blue energy, and then sending the softball-sized energy out of his hand directly towards the spider. So this will not be an empowered.
So you're kind of an Indian giver, because you were going to let him go.
I was going to let him go, but then the skeleton knight, just didn't really seem as threatening as I thought he would be.
All
so
right.
the spider sounds scarier.
I'll let you change your mind.
I guess this should be a 16 to hit. Do. And then the damage roll for that is made me change my mind halfway through, so I had to rethink that. The 11 damage.
Bypasses his chitin.
Michael Crichton.
Chitin.
So 7 successes to hit and 6, 7, 8, 9 lethal bypassing armor on the arcane bolt going towards that spider.
It screams from mommy to no avail. You are Court the Spider Slayer.
Sweet.
In fact, when you do that, you can kind of sense that the skeletal knight kind of gives you props for a little bit, like, way to go, man.
Thank you, skeleton knight. It's nice to be appreciated.
He says his name is. So,
Also
what?
wants to know if you want to go get a beer after this.
Don't be silly.
Skeletons drink wine. Come on.
And what's? Oh yeah, that one's already dead. Okay, so I think we can just let Migo go before Jessa just because he did get max
Yep.
initiative.
Yep, you're good.
What? Okay, well, regardless, I'm gonna get an attack on this guy at the end of the turn if I don't kill him right now. Using,
Sure.
I'm trying to
To
find it.
snap his worm.
Yes, to snap his worm. Osprey snaps the worm. So I guess it's a free reflexive, so I don't have to spend the modes till it actually happens at the end of the turn, assuming he's still alive. Correct?
For Osprey?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right. So then I will go ahead and just bash him over the head again, trying to finish what I started last time. And so he rears back with his club, and he brings it down for a total of. So let me do this: 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 successes.
Awesome.
And
Because that's
and 12 successes on damage. I'm sorry, 12 plus 8, 20 damage. 8. It's 8 this turn.
you don't completely destroy him.
Okay.
They're pretty hardy.
So that's
But
it. Yeah. So I'm putting the
you think
asterisk for Osprey.
you did knock his stapes out of his skull though.
All
On the
right.
left side.
All right. And then I will actually stay right there. So I hit him over the head, knock his stapes out of his head, and then kind of hold my club defensively, like doing a thing like to see which one of us moves first. And that's my turn.
Okay. In that case, mid stapes flight, Jessa gets to go.
Jessa is going to move a little bit forward. Can she see the skeleton?
Sure.
She's gonna fire at the skeleton. Because Migo looks like he has things on point.
Hey, be nice to Roger. Yeah, well, I'm calling you Roger.
I heard Roger Redbone.
So 12?
Huh?
Yes.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Never mind. You haven't rolled anything yet.
Yeah,
Just-
I haven't. Yep. 16 successes to hit.
Whenever I see a huge mass of numbers on the screen, I should just assume that's Migo.
Fair. 16 to hit.
Court, you get the funny feeling that Roger's in trouble.
How about now?
Yo, we can hear
Can you
you.
hear me now? Okay.
Daniel,
Yes, we can hear you.
are you there?
16 to hit.
Please roll damage.
Okay.
Poor Roger. So Court's gonna step in front of the blow to save his new friend, taking the arrow in the neck.
24 successes. Plus whatever successes I got from the other one.
More like the arrow goes through the skeleton and into your neck.
I've already shot you in the neck. I don't get the achievement for that anymore.
That one's for you, Daniel.
To read?
Yes.
Jessa realizes this monstrosity must return to the abyss from whence it came.
Roger turns around as soon as the arrow hits him and looks down at Court and says,
Yay, you killed Daniel.
And the skeletal knight starts to crumble.
Pieces start falling off him.
So,
Arm is
Court,
falling.
I mean,
He
I don't.
reaches out to brush your face with one clawed hand, and it collapses.
I don't think
he only has one clawed hand. The other one's been gnawed off by the dog.
Court would have to have 11 successes on this perception awareness roll to know that Justice shot him, but I think it doesn't take a lot of legwork to realize there's an arrow through its neck. That there's a two arrows of the past, and Court, you start to feel very, very upset by this. Your new friend is gone.
What'd you do that for?
You don't know where she is, but
He's just yelling into the darkness.
what you do that for? So, what about is Jessica done with her turn?
Yes.
You just kill somebody and that's it.
Yep.
That's what she does.
It's pretty selfish. So, Heckles gets up and he just runs across the room, and you hear as he goes into the darkness.
Well, he never came out of the darkness. We haven't seen Hegel since the beginning of the fight, just FYI.
I moved him.
No, we can't see him.
I could.
Yeah, he's right here.
No, I can't see Hegels at all.
I also can't see him.
Well, right now he's in the darkness, but just a second ago he was laying on the floor. Right there.
This is where he was for a whole turn.
Right where?
He's outside of our light radius.
He's outside our light radius. We can't see him.
So I don't know these things. So you just have to trust me on this.
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
Literally the whole time I hear boom off to the right, and now boom off to the left. Now, I have no idea what's going on.
So, as a question, when he goes boom, is it an invisible blast of energy?
Or is it
That's
obvious?
a good question.
Do we get a flash of whatever's over there for a split second?
Look at you bringing this logic stuff to us.
You don't have to actually uncover anything. You could just describe what we see, like a flash of light or whatever.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I was trying to figure out actually, because with automaton cannons is what they're called. They never actually describe them as being like light or it's just energy. It's almost like this mechanical energy, like this kinetic energy.
Huh.
I don't know if it's invisible or not. Actually, I have to look.
Well, if it was kinetic, it probably would be
Invisible.
Yeah.
Like a force attack.
Yeah.
From Star Wars.
Yeah.
Unless it was like a Cyclops kinetic attack.
Right.
We'll say for now, no, you can't, but I'll look into it. Okay. That is a fair question. Okay, I never really thought about it actually, but I probably should have since you're in the darkness.
Well, okay, they're in the darkness.
Yeah, we're in the light.
Heglick. Actually, I can't say this would make sense though. I probably should have said it before, and I'll say it now. Even though you would hear that, you might also hear like a laugh or whatever at the same time. That's something that Gallic would make.
I don't remember him doing that.
How does it laugh without a mouth? That's even worse.
Right. Yeah. It's almost like this laugh from the great beyond that something Scrooge would hear sitting next to his fireplace.
Don't run. Come and play with me.
Well, I'm having nightmares tonight now.
Well, you've already lost your best friend. So who has not gone? Let me think. Are we done again?
No. Well, yeah. We could be.
You can snap that worm if you want.
I shall do so. I will figure out how to
snap the worm.
Yes, it's my charm is called Osprey Snaps the Worm, and it allows me to, when I actually have faster initiative or something, which never happens pretty much, I actually get to attack again. So it's just a standard So we're sitting there like bobbing back and forth, trying to, he's waiting for me to attack so he can dodge or parry, and I'm waiting for him to
Yeah.
attack, and then I just go for it. 6 successes to hit.
Good. You may damage.
18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, plus 8.
Okay.
So 33.
His worm is already dangling as it is.
So then Migo like lunges forward and just like comes down across the right shoulder blade as hard as he can, hoping to catch it off guard, and just smashes through it completely. I assume he's dead, right?
I'm trying to find the appropriate graphic,
Okay.
which I'm going to say.
Like the head does a cartoon spinny where it's still spinning in the air while the rest of his body has already fallen. Yes. And a cloud of dust starts heading towards.
And
Court.
there's the skull on top of it.
Perfect.
Plus, he was dealing with ag anyway, so.
Hey, where's Roger's skull?
It
Well,
went back to the.
That's what I shot.
Yeah.
it would have that, but it would also have this. Let's see.
And Migo looks for Jessa. Can I do that?
Well, you can do.
Oh,
go.
right. No, that was on my turn. It would have been on my turn. No, that's fine. That's fine.
And the arrow hits.
Coordinates.
That's awesome placement.
Yep.
I wasn't even trying to do that. That was just. the way it went up.
Right in the ear.
I mean, you might have been, but I'm sure Jessa was.
So yeah, no, that's the end of the turn. So I am done.
I think you guys can roll an ish, but yeah, go ahead and just roll an ish.
Oh, that's why.
All right, Court. Here's what's going on. You feel a deep sense of regret that Roger has passed. You look down and you see the arrow that's gone through his face and his neck, right through his pharynx. And, you've asked questions, you tried to figure out the answers, but you don't know if they will ever come. But you do know that, you pretty much are certain that Roger's brother is somewhere else in this library, and Heglick is going to town on him. What say you?
So with that, Court is going to. Well, do I still have the compulsion to stay in the pink mist?
You're going to find out.
All right. Well, he's moving into the light that still happens to be where the pink mist is. He's just tired of being on the edge. I don't know what the hell's going on around him. He's going to call out for Gallic to come back to where Court is, and to get back into the gem. Gallic, it's time to get back into the gem.
Oh, you're going to hear it. Wait.
And that'll be Court's turn, just calling for Gallic.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Let's see, Migo and Jessa. I'd say tag team brother sister time. You guys can both go at the same time. What do you want to do?
So first thing I'll do is move the light down here. Nothing, huh?
What move? What? Where?
I moved the light.
Oh, no, it moved.
Yeah, and there was nothing on the way there. So that was my 50 feet of movement for it. So,
It's so dark.
Yeah. Yeah. I was trying to find where the shots were coming from.
It's pretty funny that it's like Court will be like, "Here, come over here. I want to show you something," and the light just moves away.
Um, I'll spend my simple to move back so that I can at least see court. I don't know
Move it.
where Hegels went.
Oh, that's right, because you don't.
No, it's my turn.
Any movement from Migo?
Uh, he's gonna move like maybe to just around this pile of the rubble.
I feel like I could have casted like some type of rooting spell on you this whole combat, and it wouldn't have made any difference.
I did move a bit when I needed
Yeah,
to.
you danced on the desk and then got back down again.
Yeah. I mean, it was a spider. Those things are scary.
They are scary. That is true. Okay, so Jessa, you see your brother goofing off and moving the torch back and forth.
Oh yeah, wait. Well, no. Would it be a supplemental to try and search for her, or is that?
If you want to do a perception investigation, we compare it to the stealth effects that she has on. You'd have to roll really well.
Right, but my question is that like a supplemental, or is it a free, or what is that?
Well, searching, usually when you search, it's a simple. If you do a search as a supplemental, it's more about like a cursory glance rather than like investigating the situation.
Right. The reason I'm asking is because I did 2 supplemental actions already, so I think I'm done. Is my
Oh,
question.
then you exceeded the mandate of what Exalted allows,
Right.
and we'll say you're done. So, what would Jessa do?
Is my movement really only 10 feet?
No.
Why would you think that?
It's wits plus stealth, right?
No, it's whatever your movement is, cutting half. That's what your stealth movement is.
Right, but my current movement right now is... Oh, I think I calculated it wrong.
Should be your dex plus athletics times 5 minus mobility.
Dex plus athletics,
Which is what?
which is 9, times 5 is 45.
Divided by 2 is 22.
Okay,
22 is your stealth movement.
22 and 45. Thank you. I've only been moving 10 because that's it's a long story. And
I think it's because you read wits plus stealth and
yep,
read
which is red. Yeah.
I know that. I'm going to probably remove that. I was trying to make it easy for you or for anybody who wanted to do it, but I think I probably ended up confusing people. Plus, I'm making a new sheet anyway for down the road. So,
I'll spend a temperance to activate Reclaim Shadow Step.
why are you reclaiming?
To not have my movement halved when sneaking. So I get full movement.
Okay.
And I'll move here. But I'm going on the way. I will push Migo's mace and point it in this direction.
So
in this direction.
You're using me like a Ouija board. That's hilarious.
well, Migo's going to feel his big
Right.
cudgel move.
But he won't see his sister do it.
It's the spirits. It's a ghost.
I think if you manipulate a friendly object, I think it will probably have that as a sort of a free detection success modifier. So you would only need 13 successes to see her instead of 15.
Oh, is that all? And what is it? Perception investigation?
No, when I'm commanding it off you, it's awareness.
Oh, perception awareness. Great. So 4. Okay, this might actually be possible. Doubtful, but it's possible.
Now, if you hit 8, you'll hear her. which you won't
Well,
see her.
no, you won't hear her because she's not
Oh.
making any noise.
Oh, never mind that then.
5, 6, 7, 8. No, I'm
Plus-
sorry. That's wrong. It's 8 plus 2 plus 2. So 8 plus 2 is,
It's 12.
12.
yeah, 12.
So just because you're brother and sister, you have that familial bond, I'm going to give you a bonus success.
Yay. Oh,
And
there you are.
you know it would happen, but you just kind of barely saw her
Wait,
do it.
where'd you go?
Yeah.
My arm is outstretched fully towards the area. Oh, almost. Okay.
And then, so that was movement. And Reclaim Shadow Step is a free reflexive. So I'd like to take a shot.
Into the darkness?
Well, into... Oh, because I don't have a lamp. So right now, I see what you see, Jay. I see this.
Okay, well then, then you're good.
Okay. So
You're good.
I would like to shoot that. I'm clicking all over so that they don't know what I'm clicking at.
It's a big mystery. Okay. Yeah, you don't have any modifiers because you detect it.
Okay. And I will spend one more conviction. I'm gonna be emptied out when this thing is done.
Yeah, Mark.
Yeah, no joke. You taught me well.
If you want to call it well,
Empty out like my soul.
11 successes to hit.
you did a beautiful job.
Okay.
I would say overwhelmingly so.
Wow.
And I'm gonna apologize for this next part.
You're gonna channel valor so you can get even more dice.
I don't even think I need to. I'm getting plus 10 dice successes for crits.
Oh yeah, because of the celestial sniper.
Yep, because it's Celestial
Oh.
Sniper.
Right. And we're in 9.
Okay, so 18. And I think it's just the 18. So 13 successes plus 10.
So Court earlier you hear, wait. Now you hear, never mind. And Heglick comes back as you guys hear the sound of a large skeletal thing fall onto a desk.
A clattering of bones, if you will.
Clattering of bones, of an axe, of a pelvis, just various things, yes. An ischium hitting the floor. So
Jessa would like to listen in the room for any other movement, specifically bones, because she doesn't think she'll pick up on the skeletons. I mean, sorry. She'll hear the skeletons, she won't necessarily hear the spiders.
right. No, she doesn't detect anything else.
Okay.
In fact, you guys have done well enough. You have finished your niche.
Yay. I will fix my name. Changing my name is the only way I could figure out how to keep track of it, that it keep reminding me I need to go up by one every turn.
Jessa is going to climb out from under one of those tables and say, "Oh, that was so scary."
You can also use the blue bubble too if you want, Mark. So yeah, very well done. You guys did good, and the dog is like rummaging through the bones and the ice on the floor and the magma and all this other craziness. Court, you're still in this weird pink haze, and you know that Roger's brother is gone, which makes you very, very sad.
Yep, and Court is still figuring that right now Gallic in Hegel's is more dangerous than he potentially is helpful. So Court is going to attempt to put Gallic back in the gem and retrieve the Hearthstone from Heggles.
Heglick stops short of the perimeter of the mist.
Gallic, I said, come here.
He just kind of like sits there and holds his hands up like, whoa, wait a minute.
What's wrong, Court? I thought Gallic did a good job. And Jess is now like walking between the desks.
Wait, Gallic was in Heggles?
Yes, we thought it might be a nice experiment.
Well, it sounded
And-
like he was fighting a lot of stuff.
Well, look at the carnage that he caused. Look what he did to these innocent skeletons.
Migo's right. Migo.
He is too dangerous to be left alone. Migo, you were right.
What?
Gallic needs to go back in the gem.
Wait a minute. You. What do you mean? These skeletons were. You said they were bad. That's why we had to smash them.
Is the purple mist obvious?
Yes, it's very thin. You have to kind of like look in that direction to kind of know it, but you can't see it if you look that way.
But is it obvious that it's spreading towards us?
No, it's just around Court.
Okay.
Wait, what? Are you okay?
I'm just fine. The skeleton wasn't nearly as bad as I remembered it being. I think I may have been wrong when we were in Snowguard, and I think that maybe we just need to have open lines of communication and negotiate.
With skeletons.
Well, yeah, you got to start somewhere.
How would you negotiate with them? They don't have tongues.
Jess is gonna walk away. It's too much madness. And she's gonna try look at some of these books.
Migo is going to do something. I'm just looking up whether or not I have it because now I'm not sure.
All right, while you're trying to figure that out, Cord is going to walk angrily over towards Gallic because Gallic wasn't listening, and attempt to pick up Heglic to start.
From Migo's shoulder?
Yeah, he's on Migo's shoulder right now.
Yes, I will grab Heglic off of Migo's shoulder.
Not quite. As soon as you move where you are, I need you to roll stamina integrity. Roll well.
That's a 5.
The most painful migraine, almost like it feels like a spear is like jabbing you in the brain. You take 5 ag as you fall to your knees.
Damn it, Jessa.
You guys tell me we shouldn't make those jokes anymore, and then you just make all those jokes.
I didn't make no jokes.
Earlier, shooting the skeleton in the throat.
That was convenient. That's all it was.
Yeah, that's right.
It's been me the entire time.
I'm allowed 1d10 jokes per month.
I will. I will spend 12 XP to get the medicine charm tier 1 that lets me diagnose what's wrong with somebody right now and use it on him.
Flawless diagnosis technique.
Yes. Migo assumes a very weird stance and moves his hands around, kind of imitating you when you were doing your kata, and then like touches you in the side of the neck and channels essence to see what's wrong with you.
Well, he's got 5 ag. No, more than that.
I have more than that?
No, I'm saying there is more to say than that. Number one, at the moment that Migo does it, Court had... Actually, I'll just type it. It'll be simpler. There's
Okay.
too much to say.
So So as Court was reaching out for Heglick off of Migo's shoulder, and he gets hit with the spear to the temple of pain, Court does cry out in pain and falls to a knee, just from the headache, and he has no idea where it's coming from.
Right. That's when Migo did his weird pose and movements, and then kind of jabbed you in the neck with the tips of his fingers. Not hard, but it's strange.
Migo's mind to Court's mind.
No, Migo's mind to Court's throat.
Oh God, please no!
Open yourself to the void. That is Migo's mind.
You are and will always be my pincushion.
I appreciate you.
That is what Migo flawlessly diagnoses.
Oh crap. I don't know how to fix him, Jess.
What do you mean?
He's hurt pretty bad. I think something happened to him. He's crippled, he's in a state of despair, and I think he's confused.
Can't think straight with all the noise that you're making. Where else are you gonna find a quality bone?
Diseased and poisoned.
Guy like to see undead naked. No judging.
It's like I said, where else are you gonna find those quality bones?
Wow, that took me a minute. I'm too busy taking this game seriously.
I need to open the charm tree, which I do not have open because is there a charm that would allow me to attempt to heal that? Any or all of that? I may have to take multiples.
Well, I gotta skip. That's Essence 3. Let me keep going.
Yeah, see.
I think I have an archery charm that will work.
I'm guessing the Medicine Tree 2 Incredible Speed Stitching will at least get rid of the mental crippling.
You know what's funny is that now that he's despaired, he can't do attacks of opportunity.
No!
Oh, that's my favorite part. Okay.
I think we're going to be seeing pink mist in every battle from now on.
No, but the placement of the pink mist has everything to do with your excellent golf attack.
Oh.
Unfortunately, the despair. The short answer to your question is no.
So Migo closes his eyes while he's got his hand is almost cupped with the tips of his fingers pressed into Court's lymph nodes, and he's like, you can tell he's struggling with something, and then he says, "I tried to heal him and it didn't work, Jess. I mean, I think I can heal some of his damage, but I can't do anything for his state of mind."
Well, if you can't help me, will you at least help Roger back there?
Who's Heggles? Yeah, I got him right here.
No, Rogers. And, Roger in Court turns and points at the skeleton pile of bones.
I helped him already. I sent him home.
Yeah. They're bad, remember?
No, they're not. Were you not listening to? God damn this headache.
Let me try and do Sun Touch Vitality on him.
Did you get my tell?
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's the only one I could find.
Okay, so that is something I can do. So that's 12 for me.
Well, only if you have ailment suppression aura, because you used that in the sewers, right?
Correct.
Then yeah, you can just buy incredible speed stitching, spend the motes. You got to spend 2 motes and a will or compassion, and you can remove the mental crippling. What's your medicine, though? I'm sorry. Actually, that's
Nope,
a good
that's
thing.
not. That's a good question to ask. Stand by one, and I will tell you as I pull up my character sheet. It is 4.
Okay, so he only has a middle crippling -1 now.
Yay!
And then I will do Sun Touched Vitality, which I was just pulling up. Int plus med, so it's going to be a low roll.
Does Court have the compulsion to move back towards the pink mist?
7.
It's not more. It's more about more like advice rather than compulsion. He basically puts it together where when he left the mist is why he has pain in his mind.
11.
It's not so much of a compulsion as much as it is if you're out of there, you're going to be hurting.
Hair of the dog.
Where's 11? Okay.
All right,
So
Migo, I can't concentrate right now. Here, just follow me over here, and then we could try this again.
So, as you stand up, I managed to channel some healing into 4, 5, 6 successes. That's enough for 2 ag?
2 ag. Yes.
So you do feel a little bit better before you start heading back into the pink mist.
Yeah, that's 12 motes that Migo just spent, but 2 ag are healed for Court.
Well, thank you. That actually does help, and the headache seems to be going away now. I don't know what you did, but thank you.
As you go right back into the mist? Or no?
Well, he stepped back into it.
Oh. Why are you going over there?
I don't know what it is, but this seems to be the only place where I can actually concentrate and think straight right now.
Jessa is going to begin dancing. And sorry, I'm seeing how long that lasts. She'll do the Sijan Mambo.
Oh, the Sajin Mambo?
Yeah. And she's going to spend a compassion to up the dice for that. And that's manipulation and performance. Which is 9 plus 4 plus 3 for 12.
While you're doing the math, so if all that healing would have occurred as Court was standing up to move back to the pink mist, he probably would have been trying to shake it off back there without actually jumping back in.
Okay, so you're not back in the mist?
Yeah, I kind of jumped in front of him, so as I was waiting for that, so bad on me.
Okay, so that's not a very good roll actually, but you could heal a lethal or 2 bashing.
Unfortunately, that does not help him.
No, but how about you, Migo?
What? I'm okay.
Okay.
Well, a lethal does help a little bit.
But you have ag in front of it.
Oh, yes.
No, Court, you should be in the mist again. Because you did go in there and then we had a conversation, so you should be in there.
Okay, I'll be back in the mist.
But I do have a question for you, Jay.
Before I answer that question,
Yes.
it is cool that Jessa tried the uplifting battle bard. She didn't quite make it. Was there anything else that she was going to do with uplifting based on the... oh no, you put all your successes...
Yeah. Into that.
Actually, no. Successes are not divided amongst the performance methods, so it's a matter of it's actions that you're spending. So the 5 applies to all of them.
So I was looking at the others, and none of them really apply right now.
Okay, I just want to make sure you weren't
No.
leaving something out.
No, I appreciate it.
Okay, so Mark, what were you going to ask me?
There's a charm. I have no idea what it is, but I remember what it does because Theseus used it once when there was like poison gas. There's a charm to blow the wind so that it moves out of the room, or was that a?
That was a
Was
thaumaturgy
it was
spell.
a thaumaturgy? What do you know what spell that was? Oh, and
Oh,
I can't intuit those. I have to learn those from books.
oh, there
So no.
there is awareness tree one, the Everclear mindful mentality.
Um, however, for Everclear,
It's touch range.
well, that is true. I don't think he's that deep into the awareness charm, so I guess it's only tier 2. I mean, if he really wanted to, but
And it doesn't actually cure it, it just ignores it.
right. But at this point, you're only talking about one mental crippling success because you don't have blue balls or these other things.
Yeah, because it's like it doesn't. It's the confusion. I think that's the biggest one right now, and that's not on there.
Right. Good catch, though. Now, to do the unless Court has that scroll or that book for the Gust of Wind spell, which I can't remember the name of it. No, you know what? I think it was a primordial wind shaping. That's what it was.
Oh, that's right.
And,
Right.
and what's funny is Court actually does have that one.
Primordial. Yeah.
Breeze.
It's freshen, actually.
Freshen. Yeah, that's it.
It's one success on primordial air shaping.
And that's just poisons and diseases, though.
Yeah.
All odors, scents, and smells.
No, I don't know how to fix him, Jess.
So maybe we should leave.
Court, we should leave. Are you going to come with us?
I'll give it a try. Court's gonna step away.
That's me. No, Court is starting to not like that. I'm not going to give you
Nope.
5 back again, but
Nope. I need to stay here. That hurt. Ow.
well, Heglick decides to jump off of Migo's shoulder. He runs into the darkness, into the room. Then he comes back and he puts this on the ground.
I can't see what it is. Oh, it's a bed.
I got to move this mist out of my way because it's screwing things up. Yeah, he basically throws a bed down for Court to rest. Not to say that he has to. But A, given the time. B, I think Daniel's energy drink is wearing off. C, I think we're going to have to move this into play by post.
Mm-hmm.
Make some choices. You could leave his ass behind if you want, or try to figure out something else. There's still going to be more going on outside this place as well, because the combat did last a little while. But there's other things going on in the environment that you're not aware of. Plus, what's going on with the dog, and there's other elements here that might change your decision making. But I don't have time to get into all of them right now. Plus, Jessica checks for some books, and I want to explain what she found in that too, while you were healing Court. Okay. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and give XP awards. So thank you guys very much for being here, and
this was awesome.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you for running.
I'm glad to be a pain in everyone's butt.
And next week we will go at our regular scheduled time of 6:15, or that's the goal.
Well, actually, it's up to Anthony.
I need to look at what was the schedule that I sent you. What was the schedule?
And hi, Jack. Thanks for joining us.
Yes, thank you, and thank you all to everyone who watched Gamersledge and our Exalted Session 0.
That's right.
I appreciate it.
And next week, when we do this, we'll do a recap of the play-by-post so that people have an idea of what happened between this session and next session. And we'll just make it a real easy little recap. Doesn't have to take
Sure.
more than a minute, because that way we'll be good to go.
Yeah.
Oh, 15.
Next Thursday, I can start as early as you guys do. If you want, we could even start. Like if for some reason Anthony can't make it for an hour or something, we could like do something without him for a bit. But I do want everybody involved for the bulk of the time.
So next week I should be good to go. It looks like
For an earlier start time.
the 9 o'clock Eastern I think is our go-to.
6:15 for good measure. Our time, 9:15 his time.
Yes.
You're going to factor in that tech issue problem that we always have.
Right.
Yes, all the gremlins.
That's exactly why I do that. 100% why I do that.
Okay.
Okay, and so then.
And Daniel, at some point through the week, we can get together and we can talk Roll20 stuff.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Thank you.
Great. On that note, I'm going to thank everybody for joining us tonight. If you'd like to support us on Twitch, you can do so by clicking that follow button, or if you're able to, click the subscribe button. We appreciate it, and we'll give you producer credit on the end of the shows. Or if you're on YouTube, you can click the like and subscribe button. Make sure you hit the bell so you get notified every time we upload new content, which is pretty much every day of the week, Monday through Friday. And then last but not least, if you'd like to support us, you can do so through our Patreon page at patreon.com/gamersledge. For Anthony, Jay, Daniel, and myself, thanks for watching. You can see our schedule coming up in just a moment, and then our producer credits for everybody who has subscribed through Patreon and Twitch. Thanks for watching. Until next time, game on.
Game on.
Game on.